Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terance Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please go ahead and turn on those notifications and subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited so you don't miss an episode. All right, all right, all right. The Falcons won their first game of the year.
Third preseason game is out the way.
They're getting in the groove now, huh?
Getting in the groove now. It was a great win for the organization. It was a great win for the new regime whatsoever. It was a great win for the players. It's been a long time coming. I know it felt good winning on the road whatsoever. And, when we talked last week, we talked about them going up there and spoiled the, Eli Manning day. And they did. I heard there was booze when the owner was out there and everything. There was booze with um, when Ingram got hurt and came off the field, was booze there. So right now, uh, Falcon fans, you think we have it bad? They have it bad.
Yeah, I was there in person, and I can tell you the fans there. Yeah, they were booing Evan Ingram. I mean Ingram every time he came in, regardless of what happened. They were booing the owner. They were more negative than us Falcon fans.
Right.
Sitting around me, a fan told me, he was like, "Oh, this is it. Y'all gonna drive down the field, kick the field goal, and beat us
and win the game."
So fans started packing up.
And
me being a Falcon fan, I'm like, I never know. You never know. So it was
right.
Two pessimistic people going against each other, and
right.
The Falcons got the win. So,
but it was a good win, and here's the thing that we have to get better at is we can't play to the level of our opponents. We're so much better than the New York Giants. We showed it the week prior against Tampa Bay how well we played against the reigning Super Bowl champions. Then we come and play to the level of the Giants. It was almost like we were playing to try not to lose the game and instead of trying to win a game. It was like, okay, let's not make a mistake that may cause us the game whatsoever. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's a good win, and I'm not going to, beat it. A win is a win. I'm not going to beat them down for that because it is what it is. But for them to go on this streak, which I think they can get 3 more in a row, they got to play a lot better. Defensively, they're playing lights out right now. They're doing some wonderful things, and offense got to catch up. If they don't catch up, it's going to be one of those up and down seasons. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose two. It's going to be like that until this is not your 1990 football era where defense win games and offense just does enough to win it. Also, it's you got to outscore the opponents because you're gonna play some people that's gonna score some points. And if you can't, what I call compete in the track meet, you're gonna be sitting in the stands and just wondering what happened.
Yeah, the game. First off, yes, the Falcons did win, and we're not beating them up by any means. We still got to talk about things that didn't go right. But 100%, I'm glad that they won the game. But you're right, they played down to the Giants level. There were multiple times in the game where the offense still looked flat. They had no creativity, or even on some. I saw where people were saying that Kyle Pitts was getting blanketed coverage, so that's why. But I saw firsthand a couple wide open Kyle Pitts plays that, and I don't know if there's just not that trust level there yet. I mean, how long does that trust level take to build up with your new receiver, from quarterback to receiver?
Well,
like Kyle Pitts?
It's not even that. I don't think it's a trust factor. I think Matt Ryan just hasn't grasped this offense, this passing scheme yet. He looks uncomfortable with it. He looks second guessing him. That's not Matt Ryan second guessing himself where he wants to go with the ball or go with the ball late. Because I've seen him go side to side a couple of times and was like, where do I go with it? And that's not Matt Ryan football. He knows where he's going with the ball. He knows his first read, second read, and third read. And I think he's kind of confused in this new scheme. It's you know, here's the thing for a quarterback. Once he scans the field, if everyone's in the same area,
Hmm.
that puts the defensive guys in the same area. So no one looks open to him.
Yeah.
But if you spread that thing out a little bit, now once he scans it, he can see his color better than he can see the other team's color. So now he sees bigger windows in the passing game. I think the windows are so narrow in this passing game that it confuses him sometimes, and it makes him uncomfortable of letting the ball go. And that's just something that he has to grow with, and both he, the coordinator, has to get better with of finding bigger windows for Matt Ryan to throw the football in.
Well, speaking of quarterbacks, what was this conversion play with the Falcons on third down, bringing Felipe Franks to do I don't know what on the opening drive?
I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. I think, um, I don't. You know what? I don't even, William. I don't even have an answer for that. I really don't. It was. I guess it was a sort of a trick play at
Mm.
the time, and I think that it. I don't know.
Yeah, I
You
just
know.
felt like I feel like he was trying to be creative,
Yeah.
but it just it didn't go over well. Everybody. I mean, when Felipe came in, I was like, well, I hope they're just going to hand it off to Mike
Well,
Davis or Patterson,
Well,
whoever.
at the end of the day, you bring in Felipe Franks, if he's not a threat to the defense, defense is not saying, oh, we got to worry for him, faking it and get around the edge and
Yeah.
outrunning everybody. He was no fear to
Hmm.
them. So at the end of the day, it didn't work. I can understand getting creative with things,
Hmm.
but after this third game, and then we're gonna build on this. Let's get rid of the stuff that we don't do well and build on what we have. And I think right now is the time where you get good at the things that you do well and do away with just stuff that you just say, let's try. There's enough, you had enough games and enough snaps to say, okay, that stuff don't work. Let's do what we do well and let's build on that and become a efficient, high scoring offense.
Well, and I'm glad you said that. What are some positives that we can take? I mean, definitely we got the W. That's the main
Mhm.
goal. But aside from the win, what are some other positives that the Falcons could probably take away from this game on
I
Sunday?
thought we ran the ball decent. I thought we got the ball to Cordell Patterson in space, which we need to do. I like that. I seen a creative touchdown as Zacchaeus. It was almost the same play I told you about 2 weeks ago, and it's almost like they're listening, William. It was the exact same play that I said I would run in that situation
Yeah.
in the goal line, and they ran it and it scored. But uh, I think I think you can hold your hat on that. I think you protect Matt Ryan a little bit better than you did in the last couple of weeks. Um, the big thing is that you persevere to the end and you let Matt Ryan do what he does best is win football games at the end. And
Definitely.
that's, you got to put Matt Ryan in a situation where he can go fast and just react and not think. And when you do that offensively, you look very, very good. So uh, again, the coordinator and the quarterback has to get together and say, this is what I like. This is what I can uh, be good at and achieve success at, and let's do it. And I think he's earned that right.
So I was going to ask you next, what is something they need to improve on? But it sounds like that's one thing they need to improve on. And I I agree, Matt. He needs that flexibility and be able to stay in rhythm without the slowing down of the pace. And I think the
Right.
Falcons should try to stretch the field a little more. There was so much underneath this
You know
last
what? I was
game.
gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, I mean, if you throw two or three balls deep and don't complete them, that's almost like a completion because now the defense is going to back up.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're doing in the passing game, all this short and intermediate game, safeties are not getting deep. That brings them up in a running game. It brings them close to the line of scrimmage when you want to run the football. You're going to have to find some way and somehow is getting somebody deep down the sidelines or deep down the middle of the field to gain respect from secondaries. Now here's a defense we're about to play this coming week where they're not what they were last year. They're giving up 30 points a game so far, but they got Montez Sweat and Chase Young and the big D tackle in the middle. So you're gonna get some pressure, and that ball's gonna have to come out quick. But I think we have the advantage, with the skill guys that we have against their secondary. So I look for a strong showing from Matt Ryan in the passing game. We just open that thing up. I just open it up and have fun.
Yeah, this is the Falcons this week. They take on the Washington Redskins at home. This is their third NFC East opponent in 4 weeks. As you know, just played the Giants and then opened up against Philadelphia. And the Falcons have played Washington 26 games, including the playoffs. Falcons are unfortunately 10-14-1 against them, or 10-15-1, excuse me. And Terance, you played in one of those games 27 years ago Saturday. Did you know that?
Oh my God, it's been that long?
Yeah, man. It was September 25th, 1994.
Wow.
He had 9 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown, and the Falcons' victory over the Washington football team.
I remember that game. Woo. I think we was in our throwbacks in that game too.
Y'all were?
I remember that game because that was the old Redskins Stadium, I think it was. We was in throwbacks in that one. I remember that game.
Wow, yeah.
That was one of my coming out parties.
Oh, yeah, for the Atlanta. Yeah, it was a lot of them were against these AFC East teams, the Eagles, the Skins. He was showing out against them guys.
Yeah. Hey, man, that division was the premier division back in the day.
Yeah, it was. It 100% was.
It was. So, and then you look at Washington's offense, they have some weapons. You got, what is it? Heineke, that's replacing Fitzpatrick. He's doing a good job. He's one that's he's gonna stay in the pocket a little bit. He moves a little bit, but he's a guy that we can go get. McLaurin is a good receiver. McKissick out of the backfield. Gibson in the backfield. So they have weapons. It's not gonna be an easy game. Trust me, it's not gonna be an easy game. But you're coming home off a win, and let's build on that. It's funny. Team celebrated after the game whatsoever, and I bet you it was a great feeling. And whenever you win a game that and you haven't won in a long time, and you get that monkey off your back, it's a great feeling. And I told you I'm not going to be negative whatsoever about the Falcons. I'm like everybody else, just want to see them win. It's almost like we asking for perfection, which we're never going to reach, but we just want to see them play a lot better.
So let me ask you, is that why you mentioned the dancing thing? Did you feel some type of way that they were dancing?
No, I loved it. Okay. I loved it. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to celebrate wins. I was gonna, me, if I'm a head football coach and I just won my first game, I am happy as a lark. There's nothing you can say to me to upset me. I'm smiling and I'm not, look.
This tough guy act with the media, I don't know.
Yeah.
It gotta go. It has to go. If that's who you are, that's who you are. So be it. And until you bring home a division championship, an NFC championship, and a Super Bowl, once you do that, I'm gonna buy into it. Right now, I'm not buying into this act. I think it's an act. And I'm sorry, fans, if that's just me talking, and you probably say, people probably gonna say, come on, Terance, blah, 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 blah. Hey, the First Amendment of the United States Constitution of America gives me the right of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And that's what I'm doing right now. And so be it. You can dispute me. You have the freedom to dispute me, but I don't know. I guess if here's my feeling on this, and it's not even about Arthur Smith. It's not even about Arthur Smith. Your team takes on the persona of the coach and the culture he creates. And in today's day and age, some guys don't thrive well in cultures where it's uh macho. You know what I'm saying? That it's that
Yeah.
they thrive on high five and having fun, having a good time, no pressure.
Yeah.
But when there's that intense and it's all the time, you're afraid to play at a level that you can play at because you're scared of making a mistake. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And 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 that's what I see from this Falcons football team, especially offensively. They play, but they play kind of, I don't want to make a mistake type offense
Oh, I
instead of
recognize
just
that.
playing free. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and that's a product of your offensive coaching staff, how they create the environment. Now, I, at the end of the day, they won, and I applaud them. They should win the next three, and they should be on their way. And then uh, we get into division play, and hey man, it's gonna be a coin toss every week. Who wins?
Yeah, their hardest, like you said, is at the beginning of the division. Halloween. That's their
Right.
next real contest. I mean, all these, don't get me wrong, professional teams, professional athletes,
Right.
anybody can win a game on Sunday. And
Right.
Falcons, I'm just saying the Falcons should beat Washington. They should beat the Jets in London. If you've seen the
Right.
Jets, you should. And
Yeah.
Miami without a
Right.
quarterback.
Right.
And
Now,
then they
now here,
face Carolina, who's undefeated.
yeah, that's it. And that's it. So here's the thing, and the reason when I said the third preseason game is over with
Mhm.
is because of this. They didn't play in the preseason game. Offensive starters didn't play in the preseason game.
Right.
Now you got three chances. You went out three times to figure out what you're going to be and how you're going to attack things. Now here we are going in week 4, where you should understand who you are, what you want to be, and what you do best. Because now they've had 3 weeks in this new offense, the new scheme, and they should have learned each other and understand each other in these first 3 weeks. So they should be extremely better, much better going into week 4.
Yeah, and like you said, you're playing in front of a home crowd. You lost the home opener, so I mean, you could tell me. I mean, as a player, if you lost your home opener, hadn't won a game at home, period, you'd probably want to strive to win those more so than any. Or at least, I mean, I'm not gonna say more so than any, but I'm sure that you want to get a win at home, especially if you've been able to do it on the road.
First, you're coming back home with a win.
Mm-hmm.
So the fan base has to be hyped.
Oh,
They have to be hyped. You won a game. Now I can see the fans piling in into this Sunday's game and supporting them, and we win number 2. Now we're sitting 2-2. At the end of, remember I said when we started this thing, the the worst case scenario is being 2-2 after September.
mm-hmm.
I say if you 2-2 after December, you have a chance to be where you want to be in December and January.
Yeah.
I said you couldn't go 1-3, that or 0-4. So you win this game and be 2-2, you have a great chance. The percentages are with you of getting into the playoffs.
That'll put them in a good spot. Now, I want to rewind for a second because you mentioned the fans being hyped. I do want to say that in that stadium, and it may be because it's an outdoor stadium without all the amenities, but the fans were in their seat nonstop. I looked at the attendance; it said 75,000. I mean, and it was no moving. It was yelling. Now they got quiet as the game went on, but when they needed to be loud, they were loud because they had 70,000 people sitting down, not hanging out in the bars or playing a driving contest in the stadium. Fans, you've got to be there in your seats is my point. You have to be there. You have to be there in your seats. You got to make noise. The team can't get an advantage if the opponent's fans are making enough noise to cause our own offense to false start. You know, that shit.
Well, and let me tell you now, there's going to be a lot of, there won't be a lot of Washington fans.
Yes.
It'll be quite a bit. And the thing is because there's a lot of people from the DC, Baltimore, Virginia area that lives here in the metropolitan area of Atlanta. So you're going to see some loyalty towards the Washington football team. Now, you got a chance to see fans. You got a chance to see New York and its fan base and how rowdy and radical they are.
It was nice, I'll admit.
It's a great feeling.
It was.
And it's so funny because of the fact that even though when I played, the fans were awesome here, especially, from 97 on, where we were selling out and it was full stadium, full dome and whatsoever, and great atmosphere. It was loud, it was amazing. But let me tell you what's more amazing: when you go on the road and play against 75,000 and you shut them up.
Yes.
That's the amazing thing, because they're loud. You score a touchdown and you can hear the ball drop. And then when the game is over with, you could, before the game is over with, you can see the like ants going up the steps, leaving the.
It was just like that.
That's the greatest feeling when you win on the road. But at home, you want your fans there until the end. I don't care if you're winning by 4 touchdowns, because you want them to understand that we're thankful and grateful that you showed up and showed out for us. And we're going to do the same thing, show up and show out for you. It goes hand in hand now.
Y'all hear that, Falcon fans? Y'all better be there on time and loud and proud and stay in the seats. To the people in New York, I had a great time, and all those that I met and are watching the show. Thank you for your hospitality. And even met some Georgia State alumni. That one happened to sit right behind me. That's just the randomest thing ever. Nice. Actual Giants fan who went to college here in Atlanta. Hasn't been back to Atlanta since then. It's just crazy. But
oh wow,
what do you go ahead?
Here's the thing, and then I want to backtrack about where we said we're not beating up this Falcons team whatsoever, and we're not, and I'm not. No, not. But here it is that, we talked about this when we first started this thing some 30-something shows ago. We talked about we're a fan base that wants success. We want to be able to brag about our football team. Mm-hmm. We want to be able to wake up Sunday morning and say, I'm going to see that dude play. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we want to be able to, when we go to another stadium representing our Falcons, and say, our dude's going to show up and show out today. Mm-hmm. We don't have that right now. And so the fans are, when the fans are nitpicking and trying to find everything that's wrong with this Falcons team whatsoever, I get it. It's frustration. I get it. And I'm not mad at you. And some people get mad at them, talking about you fair weather fans because of this. You're never happy whatsoever. Why should you be satisfied? You should never be satisfied. You should never be content. Be glad they had a win. Okay, I'm glad they won, but they could have played better.
Yeah, definitely.
That's who I am. That's who I am. I remember reporters coming up to me. I done caught 10 balls for 100 and something yards and a couple of touchdowns, and they go, "Oh," I said, "I could have played better." Mm-hmm. I wasn't satisfied with that. If we're gonna be satisfied and say, "Oh yeah, we got us a win, we're okay with that," no. And then William, you probably seen it too, where somebody says the fans don't make any decisions about who's the coach or who runs the team or who's on the team whatsoever. Yeah, you may be right, but on the other hand, fans can run people off too.
Yes.
In organizations, because you got to understand, you think the fans are not important. The more fans that are there supporting that football team, the better the team is, the more money they make. And now the owner is happy. Mm-hmm. The president is happy. The GM is happy. But when you don't show up and they play bad, guess what? Who they're blaming? They're blaming the coach and the players. And now, because you're not there, they figure we don't have a good product. We're going to have to mix this product up and make it better so we can get fans there. So fans, you do make a difference in this organization. You may not pay a bill, sign a check, whatsoever. These players may not pay a bill for you or even giving you a check, but you do make a difference, and you are part of this organization.
You hear that, fans? I believe it. I mean, yesterday, I don't know what, the long run outcome will be for Ingram, but I can tell you nobody in that stadium, and I'm sure not. And as a player, I'm sure that doesn't feel good either. A whole stadium booing you. You don't want to be there either, I'm sure. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. So, you got to give this, you got a young coach, young GM, new system, offensively, defensively, special teams wise. You just, you're going to have to take your lumps. We had a win, a great win, last second win. Now we got to do it two weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
I think it was Matt Ryan's. Matt Ryan continues to, and that's the thing. People always question him, but his leadership and be able to have resolve in games like that, it really does matter. Like I said, he's on the road, 70,000 people. He still was able to get us up the field in a field goal position.
Exactly.
And, he deserves kudos to be able to continue to do that time and time again. If the man has protection, I will say the line, y'all did look much better yesterday. Y'all are improving. So I give props to that. The blitzers, they were flying all around. We had fumbles. The defense is looking like they're getting primed to go. Now we just need that offense and get these keep these wins coming. You got anything to finish us with, Terance?
I don't have much at all today. The biggest thing I have today is one thing that someone told me years ago, and it still resonates with me today. And I'm going to say this to you, William, and I'm going to say this to other people. Speak your mind. Always speak your mind. I said, for me to be a grown man and to hold my tongue about things is not who I am, not who you should be. Right or wrong. Sometimes we do, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to get it right all the time, but I'm going to speak my mind. And the thing is, speak your mind. And if you care about what people think about you, and you care about what people say about you, my work is not done for man. My work is done for the glory of God. I want his glory because I want to please him. If I can say I please him at the end of the day, I know that I'm feel good. And if I'm worried about man and trying to please man can't reward me at the end of the day. Only God can. So that's my word for you today.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to Atlanta Sports Unlimited. Turn on those notifications. Hey, it's Victory Monday. Falcons, go get that second win, baby. Let's go.
Number two.